So, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the fourth quarter podcast. I know it has been a while since you've seen us, but we are back for the 2023 NFL season. I'm here with my co-host Sleet, and we're gonna get into a couple things today. First off, we're gonna start off with that NFL top 100 list and the top 10. So number one was Tom Brady, right?
Yeah, I'm pulling up the list right now.
Load up as well. I can't believe what the top 10 looked like.
Okay, so it was Travis Kelce at 10, Jalen Ramsey at 9, Mahomes at 8, 7 was Devontae Adams, TJ Watt at 6, Jonathan Taylor at 5, Cooper Kupp at 4, Rodgers at 3, Aaron Donald at 2, and Brady at 1.
I don't understand how Cooper Kupp can have literally the best wide receiver season in history and get number 4.
He, him and Jonathan Taylor should have. Jonathan Taylor was understandable, but Cooper Kupp, I would probably have put at like 3, 2 or 3. Aaron Donald should have been 1, like no doubt about it.
Yeah, I would have had Brady like at 8, dude. He didn't even do anything that was crazy this past season.
I don't think Brady was a better quarterback last season than the 3 quarterbacks he went ahead. Like
I think
I don't think he was better
Mahomes, I
than
think
Allen,
Rodgers,
Mahomes, or
and I think
Rodgers.
Rodgers all played better than him last year. I mean, I really don't understand why Brady was number 1, but it's also player voted and everybody considers him the GOAT. So I mean, I understand it in that sense, but
Crazy.
he was just disrespectful to people who had really good seasons last year. So, he's definitely not going to be number 1 for the 2023 top 100. And with that, we're going to move into our tier list going into the 2023 NFL season. We're going to rank every single team from S tier being basically a Super Bowl contender, A tier being playoff contender, B borderline miss the playoffs, make the playoffs. C, they're not making the playoffs, but they're not a bad team. D, they're absolutely garbage. They're not making the playoffs. And then we have the Bears tier. So we're just gonna move the Bears into the Bears tier because the Bears are on a whole different level of garbage. We're gonna slide them in there, because the Bears are not making the playoffs. They're not even winning like 4 games this season. So I just want to get them out of the way because I really don't want to deal with the Bears. The Bears, as the Bears fans say it. I think we can agree with that, right, Sleep?
Yeah, fuck the Bears.
Agreed. Move on to the Browns now.
Wait, which one was not making the playoffs? Was it C or D?
C is not making the playoffs. It's like borderline make or miss.
Who's their starting wide receiver?
They actually have a really good wide receiver, Amari Cooper. But who is their
Oh,
quarterback?
wait.
Is Jacoby Brissett really the number 1 quarterback? If so,
Unless they
they're
trade for
gonna get
Jimmy.
they're gonna go to C. If they get
I was
Jimmy,
more opting for D. I would say if they got Jimmy Garoppolo, they'd probably be C.
I see them in B because they are just a quarterback away. They have a good offensive line. They have Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Amari Cooper, David Njoku, and that defense.
Yeah, I guess
That
I
defense
forgot
is still the
their
defense.
running game.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have
Kareem
them.
Hunt's the running back one on most teams. Don't have.
Yeah, I think they're gonna 9-8, 10-7. They might make the playoffs. They might not. They're also in a tough division with the Ravens and the Bengals. So I mean, we will definitely see. Marcus Mariota's Falcons with Desmond Ritter, who looked really bad in that last preseason game. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, they're definitely a D tier team.
X.
I don't. They have Kyle Pitts. They have nothing
And
else
I
going
feel
for them.
I think Drake London could be good.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
Isn't he injured for the start of the season?
I don't know. This is Marcus Mariota's redemption year.
Hey, who knows? They might become third place in their division instead of last. I don't know. We have the Cardinals now. The Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals who cut off 8-0 and then finished 8-8 somehow. I think they're borderline make playoffs.
Yeah.
Just because of the coaching. Once Cliff, what is his name? Cliff Kingsbury, whenever that dude's fired, whenever he's #gone, and they get a better coach, I can see them
Okay,
being
so
an
hear
A
me
tier
out.
team.
Next year, the Cardinals would do better because there's no Call of Duty dropping, so I could see them like not
That's
this year.
that's
They ain't gonna
true.
do good.
That's true. Kyler Murray is gonna play the crap out of Modern Warfare 2 because I know I'm gonna play the crap out of that. So he's gonna be streaming. He's gonna forget the clipboard, forget the videos, all of that. He's just going to grind Call of Duty Modern
And
Warfare 2.
there's no new Call of Duty in 2023. Cardinals are winning the Super Bowl. Kyler Murray's gonna have an MVP year because he's gonna get bored, and that's that.
The Cardinals are gonna go undefeated up until October 11th or whenever the game drops, and then they're gonna lose every single game from there on out because he's not even gonna care. He said, "Film, no." He's trying to hit trick shots. He's joining FaZe Clan. The Bengals next. Cincinnati. As much as I don't think Joe Burrow is
A-tier, Joe Burrow.
As much as I don't think Joe Burrow is a top 10 quarterback, they have a top 5 roster. They upgraded the offensive line. He's not a top 10 quarterback, but
he is a top 10 quarterback.
They upgraded the offensive line. That defense literally was the reason they were in the Super Bowl last year. I would die on that hill. Without that defense, they are nowhere near the AFC Championship game. Anyways, yeah, they have Jamar Chase. They have T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon. That offense is full of superstars. And you can't forget about the GOAT, Evan McPherson. The Panthers next. Did you see Baker Mayfield on Sunday?
Dude, I've been saying Baker isn't bad. People want to hate on Baker. Bro was playing with what was torn? He was playing with something like crazily torn.
Was it? I don't know. I really don't care about Baker.
I think it was a rotator cuff,
But I mean, dude, this Panthers team is not bad, especially if CMC can stay healthy. You got Baker, CMC, DJ Moore.
Need CMC to stay healthy.
Robbie Anderson, and then the defense got Brian Burns. They have Jeremy Chin out there. I mean, they could be I can see 8-9 kind of team. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna get 8 wins. They're gonna miss the playoffs, but they're not gonna come last in their division because thankfully the Falcons exist. We have America's team next, the Dallas Cowboys. Sleep.
As much as I hate they're an 8. No.
No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. It's their year though. Remember, it's their year. It's always their year. It's always their year. So they're always gonna be an S tier.
It's always their year, and the Bears are gonna win the NFC.
Exactly. The Bears are somehow gonna beat the Packers and the Vikings both times in the year. Win the NFC North. Get the first seed.
The Lions are gonna win the NFC North this year. Jared Goff is gonna prove that he's good.
We have the Cowboys in A tier though. I think they're on the same par as the Bengals. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's much to say about the Cowboys. They got Dak, they got Parsons. I think Trevon Diggs is overrated. I don't think he's that good. The fact that he was so high up on the top 100 is disgusting too. By the way,
no, I mean it's overrated, but I mean, Michael Parsons was insane for a rookie.
I'm talking about Diggs.
Oh.
I said the fact that Diggs was so high up.
Nah, fuck Trayvon Diggs.
I mean, I just think the Cowboys are more of a coaching thing, and I don't think Mike McCarthy is him. I don't think he is.
As watching him coach the Packers for years, they are not winning a Super Bowl with Mike McCarthy. Packers only won a Super Bowl with Mike McCarthy because that roster was insanely stacked.
Yeah. I don't know. The Cowboys, good team, but I think they will forever lose in the playoffs every single year. I'm not even going to talk about the Bills. They are an S tier team. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis season. You already know how it is. Broncos country. Right. A tier. Easily A tier.
Ooh.
Easily A tier.
This one's gonna upset a lot of people.
You think they're B tier? You think they're on the same playing field as the Cardinals?
Well, yeah, actually, because their division's super hard.
But we're not talking about like what their record's gonna look like. It's what kind of team they are.
And is Jerry Jeudy playing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. I think the one that's injured
Well then, yeah.
is who's the injured wide receiver? They tore
They
their
have a top
ACL.
5 corner. They have Tim Patrick,
Tim Patrick. Tim Patrick tore his ACL. Yes, so he is not.
but they have Cortland
They
Sutton
have Cortland
still.
Sutton, Jerry Judy. They have the tight end, the really long last name. I don't know how to pronounce it.
That what is his first name?
I don't even know, dude. He has a very interesting name though.
I'll look
It's
it
the
up.
defense. It's their defense.
Patrick Surtain's a top 5
Bradley
corner in the
Chubb,
league.
DJ Jones. They also signed Demarcus Lawrence, right?
Oh, Albert Okwin and Boom.
Yes, that's his
No,
name.
just
Didn't
call him Albert.
Demarcus Lawrence went to the Broncos, right? I'm not dumb.
Yeah, he was the Cowboys player last
Yeah.
year, right?
They
Yeah.
have Justin Simmons still. They have a really good defense and a really good front seven. But yeah, the thing is their division, which is why I don't think they're gonna make the Super Bowl or get close to it. Really, that division. You have the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Chargers. Really, really tough. They're still a really good team. They have a really good roster, and they added Russell Wilson, who owns the 49ers. So the Lions next. Sleep.
Here we go. This is where people are gonna get mad. See,
What?
yeah.
Listen, I have the Lions going like 7-10 this season. I think they're gonna be okay. But they're
No,
not a
because no,
C tier team.
no, think about the teams that they're in with. Their roster is not that bad. I think Jared Goff plays a lot better this year. He was playing with a brand new coach, wasn't used to any of the players on the team. They literally have like what I was considering the wide receiver one in the class. They also have Aiden Hutchinson now, who
He's
was
injured, isn't he?
yeah, but he will still play this year.
Okay. I like Amon St. Brown. I love TJ Hawkinson. I love DeAndre Swift. I think DeAndre Swift is easily a top 10 running back in the NFL. Jared Goff is the question mark, but their defense might step up this year. Jeff Okuda just got named the starter for week 1, which is huge. He was what, a top 3 pick, top 5 pick. So if he can really turn out to be something, maybe this Lions team is the dark horse team. Maybe they win the NFC North. Who knows?
Okay, stop.
Speaking of the NFC North, we have the Packers. Um,
Don't put him in C tier.
yeah, I gotta be honest with
No.
you. I gotta be honest with you, Sleet. I think
No,
they're
no,
a
no.
B
They
tier
are at
team.
least an A tier. Okay, because we're basing this off of how we think they're gonna do. It's not like a just on paper roster.
Yeah,
Hear
that's
me
fair.
out.
You're right. You're right.
We
You're right.
can. I've heard the arguments. We don't have any star receivers, but Aaron Rodgers.
He is a Rod.
That's all I gotta say. Aaron Rodgers
Also,
can make the worst wide receiver look good.
everybody's really overlooking your guys' defense when you guys have 3 starting caliber corners. You guys have Adrian Amos. You guys have Devondre Campbell. You guys have Rashawn Gary, and then Zadarius Smith.
No, we don't have Zadarius Smith.
He left.
He's on the Vikings.
He left you guys. Why did
We
I
have
not know
Preston
this?
Smith. Let's
Oh, it's
go.
Preston Smith. It's Preston Smith. You guys have the Smith brothers. I forgot. Preston Smith. He's all right.
Smith hurts.
He's all right.
And
But
Bakhtiari might not even play the first 6 games, but it's fine.
well, when has Bakhtiari actually played a full 16 game season? It's been like, I think I was like 5 years old when he did that. So I mean, I really, it's not a surprise to me. He is Aaron Rodgers though. I think they're like between. I think they're between A and B, just because you guys have literally Allen Lazard as wide receiver 1.
Trust Romeo Dubs, whatever, is gonna go off. He's wearing 87. He has to fill big shoes.
We're just gonna ignore that you said any of that. We're gonna go to the Texans next.
D.
I mean, as much as I love the Davis Mills story, that defense.
And Cook's off the team, sending him to the Packers.
Defense is atrocious. I could honestly see a situation where Brandon Cooks get traded before the deadline to the Packers. I could see that.
Or literally any team. I feel like Brandon Cooks is better than the whole Texans organization ever has. He's probably the best player to ever come out of the Texans, except J.J. Watt. So just get him out of the
Respect Andre Johnson, okay? Respect Andre Johnson.
I forgot he existed, if I'm being honest.
If I'm Brandon Cooks, why does he want to stay on that team?
Didn't he just re-sign with
Yes,
them?
he just. I'm pretty sure he did a contract extension. Like, why would you want to stay on the Houston Texans and not go to a team where you could be wide receiver one, like the Packers, like not the Lions, like the Panthers. Like, go to a team where you're gonna compete.
Ooh, no, I wouldn't say the Panthers. See, you would still have to compete for wide receiver one.
No. I mean, like wide receiver two. He could be him and DJ Moore. That's a
That would be
wide
insane.
receiver duo right there. You know what I mean? Where you're gonna make an impact. I mean,
Underrated wide receiver duo.
I would have been a crazy wide receiver duo. We got the Colts next, though.
Colts.
I think they're a B tier team.
B.
I think they're a B tier team. I think they will they might slip into the playoffs this season. And that's because of Michael Pittman Jr.
Facts. They have a top 5 running back too. At top 3.
And Michael Pittman Jr.
Shaquille Leonard, who's like the best linebacker in the league. I don't care.
No, he's not.
Who do you think's the best linebacker in the league?
Listen, Fred Warner is the only linebacker who did the Rodgers belt and didn't lose to Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
Listen, every single time somebody has done that belt, they've lost, except for Fred Warner. That alone puts him as the best linebacker in history. I thought it was over. The second I saw him do that, I was like, we lost. No, we somehow won.
Packers. Get over it. Okay. Jaguars, let's go. Speed run.
All right. The Jaguars. I don't think they're going to be as bad as everybody says.
Let's go!
D-Law year 2, new coach. You have Christian Kirk, who you gave like the bag to for absolutely no reason.
He has to be.
But he has to be good. The amount of money you gave him, he has to be good. You have to make him produce somehow.
He needs a 12-yard season to earn what he got paid.
Also, Travis Etienne, James Robinson in the backfield. Also, Laviska Shenault might step up this year, be that wide receiver too. Who knows? The only question mark is the defense.
I know it's preseason, but Trevor Lawrence played amazing in preseason.
He also played really good in the last game against the Colts. The Colts were fighting for a playoff spot.
Sure the Colts couldn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, but that's
all that was for.
Hey, it was still impressive. My only thing is, who is on that defense besides Josh Allen?
Josh Allen plays defense now?
God, you're so annoying.
They lost.
But literally,
their other best player. I think they lost him last year, but Miles Jack was insane.
Who is on that defense? I don't even know. I can't name one player besides Josh Allen on that defense.
I'll look up for you.
The Kansas City Chiefs are a Super Bowl contender team. They are in the S tier. I don't care if they lost Tyreek Hill. I really don't, because Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. He literally has been disrespected this entire offseason.
Oh, dude, what? No. I need to cut you off. You forgot about Trayvon Walker and Devin Lloyd is on the Jaguars.
Okay, you're right. They have some rookies.
And Shaquille Griffin is on the
Jaguars. The cornerback, right? The cornerback. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe I've been too harsh to the Jaguars.
Disrespect.
Totally forgot Trayvon Walker got drafted, and I forgot that the Lions got Aiden Hutchinson too. So that's why they're in the C tier team. I think they're gonna get
Devon Hamilton. Oh my god!
I think the Lions and the Jaguars will compete for 5 to 7 wins.
Okay, yeah, the Chiefs thing, it can go either way. I don't think it'll be super easy for them. I mean, the Bengals kind of exposed them in the playoffs.
Yeah, but I think they're still a really good team. I also think Juju Smith-Schuster is going to have a year this year. You have Patrick Mahomes throwing to you and not Big Ben. Go on to the Chargers next. S-tier team. They upgraded the defense.
That roster is insane.
But if I'm being honest with you, I think they're going to fall short in the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think their coaching's good enough yet.
Yeah, I think they'll have a really good regular season.
J.C. Jackson. They already got Derwin James. Like that team is stacked. Joey Bosa too. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
The better
Insane
of the
team.
Bosa brothers.
He's not the better of those brothers, but anyways, insane team, insane roster. They are definitely a Super Bowl caliber team, but they will
They have a
fall
top
short.
5 quarterback.
Oh, I love Herbo. Move on to the Los Angeles Rams. Where do you want to put them? A or S tier?
It's who did they even lose anyone?
They lost Andrew Whitworth to retirement. They lost their cornerback to Darius Williams. And
They lost OBJ,
Robert Woods.
but
I think they lost Robert Woods last season. Yeah, you're right. And OBJ.
But they picked up Allen Robinson, so
I don't think he's going to do anything.
I don't think they fall off too bad. They also picked up Bobby Wagner, who's like kind of washed now, but it's whatever.
Okay,
He'll probably play good because he's not going to have too big of a role to carry because Aaron Donald carries that team.
Yeah. But I still think the Super Bowl caliber team, especially with Sean McVay, Cooper Kupp, Matthew Stafford, Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. I think they're still like he's a star player. He'll be a reason why they make the Super Bowl again, or why they're a Super Bowl contender. We went to the Las Vegas Raiders next.
Don't you dare put them in S. There you go.
Yeah. The defense and the offensive line leave a lot to be desired. And they just announced today that they're probably cutting Alex Leatherwood and Cleveland Farrell. We're both first-round draft picks.
I mean, everyone's high on them because they have Devontae, and I think they'll probably make the playoffs, but I don't see them going far in the playoffs.
They might miss the playoffs. I think they might miss the playoffs, but we'll on to the Baltimore Ravens now.
I think they're a B tier team.
As much as I love Lamar Jackson, as much as I love the Ravens, you're not helping Lamar at all.
He doesn't have any receivers.
His wide receiver one is Rashad Bateman. The offensive line is dog water, as the cool kids would say it.
All they're gonna have to do is double team Mark Andrews this year, and they're gonna be fine.
Yeah, because I know Devin Duvernay and Rashad Bateman are not carrying that wide receiver room.
Duvernay might be good, but
he's not wide receiver one. He's not wide receiver one. Carry the offense. Throw it to me.
And if they have Lamar running a bunch of option plays again, he's gonna end up getting hurt. He's not like a super big quarterback. He can't take those hits. And then you're gonna have Tyler Huntley back in.
Respect Tyler Huntley, okay? Respect Tyler.
No, Tyler Huntley's a quarterback one on multiple teams. I'm not gonna say any names, but he's not Lamar Jackson. He's not like a Super Bowl caliber quarterback.
Go to the Dolphins next. Their B tier team. Tua is not that good. I really do not care who is on that roster. Your quarterback is not that good.
I've been trying to give Tua a lot of chances. Every year I'm like, oh, he'll do better. Then he gets hurt every single year and ends up not playing the full season. I don't care if he has Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. His arm strength is not there. Those players need a quarterback with like an insane arm strength, and Tua's not making those passes.
As that defense is going to be amazing. I think they might make the playoffs.
And they also got rid of Brian Flores, so it's like they have a whole new coach now too.
Mike McDaniels is good, but I just don't see Tua Tagovailoa doing anything spectacular.
I see Tua getting traded this offseason.
I think they should have went out and got a quarterback in the draft, but whatever.
The Dolphins or the Vikings?
The Dolphins.
The Vikings are not as bad as everyone thinks. Kirk Cousins' disrespect is not tolerated.
Kirk Cousins, he was an MVP quarterback the first 6 weeks last season, I'm pretty sure. He was literally putting up MVP-like numbers. Then
Kirk Cousins is better than multiple quarterbacks who have made the Pro Bowl in the past few years.
Yes, I agree.
Jones.
Far better than Mac
Jones. Better than
Jones.
Derek Carr.
I think they're on the same playing field, but okay. But
Justin Jefferson.
They have a new coach. They have an offensive coach now. Dude,
fuck their last coach, Mike Zimmer.
Yes, Mike Zimmer. He was a good defensive coach, but he didn't care about the offense whatsoever. I mean, he was like, I really don't care. Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook.
They have
one of the best wide receiver two, or not wide receiver twos, running back twos in the league too.
Alexander Madison, respect. You have Adam Thielen still, and you also have KJ Osborne, who is a really good wide receiver 3, for being honest, and Irv Smith Senior or Junior, whatever his name is, at the tight end spot. I mean, they have players. I think they're a borderline 9-8 team though.
I could realistically see them winning the North this year, but that's just that.
I would hate to see that if I'm being honest.
So would I.
What do you think about that, Sleet? Sleet, what do you think about that?
I think they're more of a C tier.
Mac Jones is freaking god awful.
Horrible.
Mac Jones looks like it looks like me. It's like if I went out on the football field and started playing quarterback, that's literally what Mac Jones is.
Mac Jones looks like Jimmy Garoppolo in his worst moments.
Okay, I don't want to talk about that right now.
Plays 24/7, like how Jimmy Garoppolo plays when he's under pressure. That's insane. I watched the play where he just threw
to the linebacker. To the linebacker. That's literally what Jimmy Garoppolo would do weekly, bro.
Mac Jones is not. He's regressing already. He hit his peak last season.
He's already 28. He's 28 in Madden. Superstar dev. He's already regressing. Dude, it's awful. And I think Bill Belichick is gone. He's gonna freaking retire after the season because he doesn't want to deal with Mac Jones.
That team in the offseason. He traded everyone.
They have nobody.
Who do they have on defense? Matthew Judon? Do they still even have him?
Yes, I believe Judon is still on that roster.
So they have Matthew Judon.
Malcolm Butler's injured.
Damian Harris.
Oh, they also have the other cornerback, Justin Jackson. He's actually really good. I think that's his name.
Yeah, it's just what the hell is he doing?
I mean, wide receiver 1 is Devontae Parker, though.
Isn't there wide receiver 1 Kendrick Bourne?
Oh, I forgot about Kendrick Bourne. Respect KB24. Okay, you're right. Or 84, I mean. No, they're a D-tier team. I don't care what anybody says. They're not going far at all. They're going to be...
I think they're C-tier. And I don't think they're that bad. They do get to play, like, the Jets twice a year, and they get to play the Dolphins twice a year. I think the Dolphins will wash them this year, though.
Yeah, I agree. Moving on to the New Orleans Saints. Famous Jameis is him.
I'm gonna have to go A tier.
Okay, we're not gonna go there yet, Sleep.
No. Okay. Hear me out.
Yeah, we gotta see them play with this.
People they picked up.
They did. They got Chris Olave.
And Jarvis Landry.
They got Jarvis Landry.
And Honey Badger.
And the Honey Badger. Yes, they lost Marcus Williams and they replaced him with the Honey Badger. I agree. And
Jameis was playing great before he got injured.
That's true. If Jameis never got injured, if Jameis never got injured, I don't think the 49ers were in the playoffs last year.
They got Michael Thomas, Jarvis Landry, Chris Olave, and Jameis is still like a top 20 quarterback.
Their defense is really good. Marshawn Lattimore, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Honey Badger, Demario Davis, Cameron Jordan.
I think they're well above the Dolphins. I think you have to put them in A tier. I mean,
I don't see how they compete with teams like the Broncos, like the Saints. I mean, like the Cowboys, like the Bengals. I don't see them.
The Saints don't have holes in their team. Other teams, you just mentioned the Broncos. They have holes. The Dolphins have holes. The Raiders have holes. The Raiders' defense is not that good. The front seven is good. You get to the secondary, and they just aren't that good.
I don't see a position where we have to move the Saints up. They also have a new head coach, and they lost out on Sean Payton. So we have to see how they are with that new head coach.
I just want this to be very clear to everyone watching this. I think the Saints are A tier.
We'll on to the New York Giants now. Oh my. Danny Dimes, as much as I wish he would succeed, he's not going to. Kenny Golladay is probably going to go down as one of the worst signings in NFL history.
I'm glad you cut out for me because I didn't want to hear any Danny Dimes disrespect.
Yeah, no, I like Daniel Jones. I do, and I really wish he would succeed. It's not going to happen, and it's obvious.
I just don't think the Giants put any of their players in good positions to succeed. Same thing with the Jets.
They tried to though. They signed Kenny Golladay thinking he was going to be this huge signing.
Kenny Golladay wasn't really good before they signed him, anyways.
Was he
He's
a
already
product of
fallen
Matthew
off.
Stafford? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, most players are a product of Matthew Stafford. Look how what Matthew Stafford did for Cooper Kupp.
Well, you're right. Yeah, Giants not a good team, and it makes me sad that Daniel Jones is going to
Jets
fail.
and Giants are really in the same position,
The,
except
the
I
Jets
think
just
Daniel Jones
lost
is better
Zach
than Zach
Wilson for a
Wilson.
couple weeks. Did they not? Right? Isn't Zach Wilson somewhat injured?
They don't know if he's going to play week 1 or not. Regardless, I don't think the team is that good. I had high hopes way before, but seeing him play in preseason, he has the same issues as he had before. He didn't move up with anything. He's still the same player.
I agree. Jets, you guys are making the playoffs. You guys aren't even getting 5 to 6 wins probably.
Eagles
Eagles are a beat your team.
go.
I could honestly easily see them winning the division this year, mainly because of the curse of the East, where no team has won the division back to back years since like freaking 2002, I think, or it's been even maybe longer than that. And so I think the curse continues. Maybe the Eagles win the division.
I think they're who all did they add? I know they got AJ Brown, which I will die on the hill that AJ Brown is the best receiver from his class. And you can't convince me otherwise. He carried the Titans passing game the whole time he was there. I don't want to hear about DK. AJ Brown's better.
I do think AJ Brown's better wide receiver than DK Metcalf. No disrespect. Jalen Hurts is gonna have a season this year. You have 2 really good wide receivers. Also, apparently Jalen Reagor has been doing good in training camp, so we'll see how he proceeds to put it on the field. We'll see. Dallas Goddard really good. They also have a pretty good offensive line.
Didn't they pick up someone for their defense?
Maybe I know they re-signed Fletcher Cox. They also have Josh Sweat on the edge, who's really good. And then their cornerbacks Darius Slay, he's good. I don't know who they have at safety though. Anthony Harris.
I think it will. They could easily be a Super Bowl caliber team, but Jalen Hurts has to play better under pressure.
Exactly, I agree with that. Move on to the Steelers now. They're a C-tier team. I think no matter what, as long as Mike Tomlin is there, they're gonna have an average season.
They're gonna have a winning season, but
not gonna look pretty. It's not gonna look pretty whatsoever.
I don't think they're as in bad of a shape as you think, because Kenny Pickett's looked great in preseason.
Yeah,
if he can transfer that to on the field, I think they'll easily be fine.
Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, Pat Freiermuth, Najee Harris.
Forget all of those people. They have George Pickens, and I've watched this dude
my God.
push over corners like they're children multiple times.
Oh my God. He is literally
He
is Trent Williams at wide receiver.
If George Pickens doesn't get at least 1,500 yards this season, then he's a bust.
1,500, holy crap. Seattle Seahawks going probably 2-15 this season.
Oh my God! No, they need to be in the Bears tier.
I am so happy they're finally fallen off. They have literally ruined my life the past 12 years I've been alive. They have made me depressed. They have made me want to die.
Games is if they trade for Jimmy Garoppolo.
I don't even know if that.
And I don't even think it's worth for them trade. Like, I'm just saying, if they did, that's the only way they're winning more than 5 games.
The offensive line,
because it's not how they aren't. They need to rebuild.
Like, the offensive line isn't as bad as it seems, though. They actually have some decent players on offensive line. So I mean, maybe if they go out and get Jimmy Garoppolo, they might win 8 games. Who knows? Because you got DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett still. But that defense. Who is on that defense? Who's on that defense?
Dude, I can't name a single player on that.
I can't. Quandre Diggs and Jamal Adams. That's all I can name.
Jamal Adams isn't that good at what
Jamal Adams is literally a linebacker, though, for being honest. Quandre Diggs, I love Quandre Diggs. He's amazing. But do they have Trey Flowers still at cornerback? I really don't even know. I don't know who's on that roster anymore.
But
DJ Reed Jr. left to the Jets. Like,
is their quarterback play is not gonna help and them at all. Like, we watched Geno Smith play last year. I don't think Geno Smith was as bad as Drew Lock. Drew Lock is horrible. That's
All right, I'm having the 49ers. If
no.
Trey Lance pans out to be slightly better than Jimmy Garoppolo, they are easily an A-tier team.
Okay. If you're putting the 49ers there, I want you to move the Saints up. That's our only way this is going.
The Saints have a brand new head coach. We don't know how that team is going to look with the new head coach.
Okay, but we don't know how the 49ers are going to play with. Basically, this might as well be Trey Lance's rookie year.
This is Trey Lance's rookie year because he only played 2 games last year.
Move the Saints back up, and then we'll have an agreement. You either move the Saints up or you move the Niners down.
Niners have a far better roster. If you compare those wide receivers, Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk are better than Chris Olave and Michael Thomas. Because we don't even know if Chris Olave is going to pan out to be the wide receiver he's going to pan out to be. Okay, we don't know.
Jarvis Landry and Michael Thomas. Jarvis Landry is the wide receiver 2. He's better than Brandon Ayuk.
I don't know about that.
Brandon Ayuk was not that good last year.
Brandon Ayuk had Jimmy Garoppolo throwing to him last year.
It doesn't matter, man. I mean, Danny Gray looked better than Danny Gray in the preseason looked better than Brandon Ayuk did.
Brandon Ayuk needs a quarterback who's going to throw the ball down the field because that's the kind of wide receiver he is, and Jimmy Garoppolo was not that quarterback. Also, our tight end is better than their tight end easily. They win the wide receiver. They win the running back. We'll give them the running backs.
Defense is fully there like theirs is. You guys
have the best linebacking core in the NFL.
Okay, but secondary.
Travarius Ward, Emmanuel Mosley, Jimmy Ward.
Yeah, Jimmy Ward and Travarius Ward was like corner 2 for the Chiefs, wasn't he?
Yeah, because L'Jarius Sneed is really good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like your guys' best corner was the Chiefs' second best corner. I don't remember him ever being.
Let's not ignore Emmanuel Mosley strapping up Devontae Adams.
I don't know, man. I'm not saying you're completely wrong. Like they're still a Super Bowl.
I just think if you compare the rosters between the Saints and the 49ers, I think the 49ers have a far better roster.
It's hard. I feel like they're about even. That's the issue. I feel like the holes that the Niners have, the Saints have patched up basically.
And the holes that the Saints have, they're not really holes. They're just limitations, I guess you could say. They're just like what ifs.
I don't think the Saints have any holes. I just think they have like maybe a little bit above average players at certain positions that the 49ers have elite players like tight end. Niners have elite versus average with the Saints. I think the receiver play is about the same. Depending on how Michael Thomas plays when he comes back. Okay, let's go on to... Oh, Jesus, this is going to suck dick.
I hate this team so much. They were so bad 3 seasons ago. What happened?
Tom Brady.
Leonard Fournette's good. They freaking signed Julio Jones in the offseason. I don't know how. They have cornerbacks. They have a really good linebacker duo. Probably number 2 in the NFL. You also have Anton Winfield Jr. still. I mean, like
there's not much to say about it.
They're good. They're good. They have Tom Brady. They're gonna make the playoffs every single year.
However, I don't think Julio does much for that team because he is the wide receiver 3.
Yeah, but still having Julio as your wide receiver 3, that says a lot about your other wide receivers.
I feel like he heavily fell off. Ooh,
Titans next.
Derrick Henry is getting at least 20 runs per game.
Derrick Henry is probably going to finish this season with like 5,000 touches and like 2,500 yards because all they have is Robert Woods. All they have is Robert Woods.
They got Robert Woods?
They got Robert Woods in a trade for the 6th-round pick, yes.
Tannehill wasn't that great to begin with. They heavily relied on, if they wanted a big play, they heavily relied on teams being concerned about a run. It's like, it's hard to find a play with that team. I mean, it's not hard, but you go look through and try to find a play with Derrick Henry not on the field. It's going to be hard to find. They rarely take him off the field. So teams are always concerned about that. That's where the pass opens up. and without AJ Brown, which was their wide receiver one, and without Julio, they just aren't gonna be that good.
I completely agree with you.
Start Malik Willis. Start Malik
I
Willis.
I think this is a year where you got to get rid of Tannehill. You got to dump him. Just ride up Malik Willis and start rebuilding.
Jeez, oh, I fucking hate this team.
Hey, I don't even know where to put them. If I'm being completely honest with you, I don't know if they're.
I think they're in between D and C. Like Carson Wentz is gonna be. Carson Wentz isn't as bad as people make him out to be.
No, he's an upgrade over Taylor Heineke, 1000% an upgrade over Taylor Heineke.
And I think that'll help with their like passing game because Terry McLaurin is insane, but he's also had shitty quarterbacks throwing to him like his whole career.
Yeah.
So I think now it'll be a little bit better on him because it's not like Carson Wentz's arm is gone, but the defense on that team still isn't that great.
Dude,
Chase
everybody
Young,
had that defense doing amazing last season, and they were freaking awful.
I feel like Chase Young's already regressing. That's the sad part.
He didn't play last season, though, remember?
I thought he... Are you sure?
He tore his ACL.
That was his rookie season.
Oh, he won Defensive Player of the Year his rookie season.
Yeah, but he got injured still.
I could have sworn he tore his ACL last year. Look it up, do some fact check.
His numbers look about the same. He had... Oh, this is... Why does the stats look like this? Hang on. I'm just going to go on ESPN's. Okay, why is this so difficult? Okay. I mean, okay, yeah, 2021 he played 9 games.
Yeah, he only had 1.5 sacks. He tore his ACL. But still, you had Jonathan Allen, you had Montez Sweat, you still had players on that defense, and they were awful, dude.
I feel like they really need Chase Young because Chase Young is crazy whenever he's healthy. And he does make a difference on that team because he's going to get to the quarterback fast. Even if he doesn't get a sack off, he's going to apply pressure, and I just don't think they really had that last year, and that really did not help them whatsoever.
I completely agree. So this is our tier list for the 2023 NFL season going into it. What do you guys think? Do you guys think teams are too high, too low? We are obviously a little optimistic on the Jaguars and the Lions, just because we want them to succeed. We want them to do good. As for the Bears, I hate the Bears. I hate the Bears. I hate Justin Fields.
Roger owns them.
And let me know what you guys think about the 49ers and Saints debate. We are now going to move on to our NFL Honors 2023 predictions. And we'll start with probably the most boring award ever, Coach of the Year. Who do you think wins Coach of the Year this year, Sleet?
Damn, that's difficult. Because the way they base it is odd. It's not based off like how many wins they get, really.
Yeah. I have Sean McDermott winning it.
I would say Sean McDermott or what the fuck is his name?
Whatever the Chargers coach is.
No, I don't think he'll win it. It'll be Kyle Shanahan or Sean McDermott for sure.
I would cry if
give it to Bruce. I think Sean McDermott, Kyle Shanahan, not Bruce Arians.
Bruce Arians left. Yeah, he dipped.
Sean McVay and Andy Reid will probably be the nominees.
I can see that. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Who do you think wins it?
It's so hard. I can't even name all the offensive.
Dude, I was going over this because not many offensive rookies are like surefire starters. They're all either wide receiver 2.
Oh, dude, I forgot about Kenneth Walker.
So I have Kenny Pickett winning it because I think he's gonna come in like week 3 and take over for the Steelers.
It's just those are too high on quarterbacks, so I feel like if Kenny Pickett does well, he'll obviously get it, but I also feel like Brees Hall could easily get it. I feel like a running back could easily get it,
It might
especially
be.
like
It might be a Brees Hall, Kenneth Walker type season. Who knows?
about Jahan Dotson exist.
Defensive Rookie of the
They
Year.
also defensive rookie. Um,
I got Trayvon Walker winning it.
who's all on that Lions
Aiden Hutchinson.
front seven? Yeah, I know. That's trying to think of if they have anyone on the Lions that can compete with Aiden Hutchinson for sacks. Because if not, that's who I'm going with.
Do they have Romeo Okorwe still? I don't know if he
I
left
don't
this
think
off
they
season or not.
I think Aiden Hutchinson's Agent Hutchinson or Kayvon Thibodeau, because there's
What,
not
Thibodeau
that
on the
many people.
Giants?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I have Trayvon Walker because
Or if you want to get real,
you're gonna say Sauce Gardner, aren't you?
no. I was gonna say Derek Stingley because he actually had a good play in the preseason.
I mean, shoot. I
But the
when it
way
comes to
they
the
get their
rookies this year, it's such a
awards,
toss up. It's such a toss up for any of the rookies this year.
the way they pick their awards, it's kind of difficult because even if Derek Stingley's like locked down, he's not going to get it. He has to have a bunch of interceptions.
Yeah,
So I think
sacks. Yeah.
it's all about stats. So it'll probably be like a linebacker, edge rusher.
Comeback player of the year. Who do you have?
Who got injured last year?
I have Saquon Barkley as my comeback
Oh,
player of the year.
wait. Did Lamar didn't play at the end of the year? Did he?
Lamar was out for 8 games.
Lamar could easily win that.
I could see Lamar winning it. I just don't know if you could consider it a comeback player of the year because he still played half of last season.
Yeah,
I got Barkley winning it. I think Saquon's gonna have a bounce back year. I think he stays healthy this year. I think he
you better hope
shuts
he
up
doesn't have that.
all the
He's just gonna
haters.
beat your ass in fantasy. We never talked about that on the podcast, did we? We should. We should.
We'll bring it up to
That should be
fantasy.
a weekly thing.
We'll bring it up when we do the weekly episodes.
Because I have the most stacked fantasy team.
Saquon
I
Barkley.
think Lamar, if they can technically give it to him. If not, I don't really know who else could get it. Oh wait, no. Derrick Henry.
I was thinking Derrick
No,
Henry,
wait,
but he also
came back at the
he
end of
came
the
back
year.
at the end of the
Yeah.
year. Yeah, I had Derrick Henry originally here, but I took him off and put Saquon.
Did
Offensive player
Saquon
of
not
the year.
play at the end of the year?
No, Saquon played like 2 games last year, dude.
I think Saquon then. Saquon, or if they can count Lamar, offensive player of the year.
Adams.
No, I don't.
Vontae Adams.
Henry.
I mean, you're right with the amount of touches he's gonna get. He's probably gonna go for like 6K yards.
I could see him getting the first 3,000 yard season this year.
He's a Hall of Famer for sure. I could easily see Derrick Henry. I just wanted to go Tay Adams because he gets his college quarterback back. You know, I mean, hey, who knows? Who knows what Devontae Adams and Derek Carr can do? Defensive player of the year. Who do you have winning it this year, Sleet? Everybody knows my answer already.
What's your answer?
You think my answer is
Nick Bosa?
yes?
Really? I'm gonna go with the easiest pick and clearly the best defensive player of all time. Oh wait, he might not even play like a bunch of this season. If Aaron Donald plays the full season, I'll give it to him. If not, I'll give it to Myles Garrett.
I think he's only getting a fine. I don't think he's getting suspended, even though he should. He should literally be locked up in jail at this point with the amount of times he freaking assaulted people.
No.
He should be literally in prison for 20 years.
No, dude, he's just letting people know. He's actually a menace.
Yeah, I have Nick Bosa winning it, biased, but he said he's gonna get 20 sacks this year, and I believe him. MVP, I think this is easy. Josh Allen.
I'm changing my answer. Dude, I don't know who's gonna win it. I feel like Josh Allen's the most safe one, but with how he plays, like I've watched all of their games every season. he's gonna have at least one off game. I feel like at least one, if not like 3 off games. And I
Yeah.
feel like it's easier to go with like Rodgers or Mahomes for MVP, or even with Brady, since Brady just is stat hungry. That dude had like 5,000 yards last season. So I think it's safe to say like Brady, or we could go with like a dark horse one like Jalen Hurts.
I mean, I'm gonna go with Josh Allen, but here's the
No, I
interesting.
want them to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's what I was about to bring up. The interesting stat: whatever player wins MVP, they have never won a Super Bowl that same year.
So yeah, I'll just go with Brady because I want to draw Sean Super Bowl.
That's why I'm picking the Bills, because I think whoever they play in the Super Bowl, the NFC side will win. Whether that be the Cowboys, the Rams, the Bucks, the NFC side will win. That is our 2023 basically season predictors. We predicted them with tier list, and the NFL honors. Basically, you also got my Super Bowl pick, or who I think will play in the Super Bowl.
Come back next week.
Come back next week for
fantasy talk.
We'll talk about fantasy football going into the 2023 NFL season. And then after that, also next week we'll be doing our first record or week predictions, because the NFL season starts after next week. Get excited, get hyped. We're also going to be on Spotify soon. Make sure to check us out there, and on TikTok we post some clips. All links will be in the description box below. Thank you so much for coming back on and being the co-host, and we are out.